All right, so right now we're going to be showing you guys how to do a screen replacement on an iPad 9th generation. So I already have it on the heat mat. First thing I always like to do is I cover it in tape just to make sure that the glass doesn't get everywhere. Then you're gonna pop it on your heat mat or heat pad. I currently have it at between 75 to 80 degrees. Anywhere from 65 to 75 does the trick. I had to crank it up a couple days ago for another repair and got too lazy to bring it back to normal temperature, but this will be fine. You're also gonna need, I've been using the suction cup method on this one. So I put the suction cup in the corners just to pry it up a little bit. I also like to use my jimming tool. You're gonna need tweezers, of course, and a Phillips screw. I also like to incorporate alcohol to loosen up the adhesive on the sides. And then to clean the frame, I personally like to use acetone, or you can buy some of the iFixit adhesive remover, but acetone from like, Walgreens or CVS will do the trick. Just make sure it's 100% pure acetone. And then usually I try to clean up the screen if there's any debris or anything left behind with one of these little gentle brushes. So let's take you guys through the steps on how we do this repair. Stay put. We're gonna put you guys in a time lapse. Okay, so here's where we're starting to run into some issues with this repair. This customer did not tell me that this device had been previously opened. This particular screw right here is missing. That's not a good sign. Now, I don't care if they've been worked on before, but it'd be nice to know that someone's been in here prior. Just for our records, just so we know if we need to be more careful, more mindful of certain things. So that's not a good sign in my opinion. Whatever the previous tech or whoever the previous tech was, skipped one screw. Now we are gonna separate that right there. And now we can go ahead and disconnect the LCD. Very important, always disconnect the LCD. Yeah, put this to the side right here. I'm gonna disconnect the digitizer. I mean, it could have been refurbished by Apple because it did look, the screen looks factory. So maybe it's an Apple refurb and they forgot the screw. Who knows, but there is a screw missing. Not a huge fan of that. Okay, we're gonna remove that portion right there. And take this off. Perfect. So under this cracked, a lot of my time is spent cleaning afterwards. So, oops, removing shards of glass that I don't want to be accidentally left behind and puncture the battery. So now I'm gonna try to scrape off the frame a little bit and clean it with the, I like to use acetone just because it's easier and it's faster to clean it off and it removes all the old adhesive for sure. Since the previous tech did not add the proper amount of adhesive on this, or his is kind of weird looking, flimsy, I'm just gonna replace this They do come with the screen replacement, thankfully, so it's not like it's costing me anything. Just makes me wonder why he took it off in the first place. Okay, so this is gonna go like this, I believe. There we go. Okay, so we got this portion. We're gonna feed it through here. There we go. Beautiful. So now, what I want to do, now that I have that part off, I'm going to lay down the button itself. Let me try and get this off. There we go. Oh, almost lost the home button. That would have been bad. Okay. There we go. See how it comes with the little thingy preloaded, pretty much. You're going to line it up right. Stick this right here. And we look at the other side. It's already on there. And then we have his original thing. And usually what I like to do is add a little B7000. And you have your line up square. So if you get a quality screen, they give you like this little lineup pieces, or the little drawing of more or less where this is supposed to go. That's super helpful. And you just line it up. Make sure the little nipple thingy is underneath that little metal crease, metal portion of it. Thing. It should be good. Usually after I line it up like that, I add just a little bit more adhesive on the sides just to make sure it's being held down. Kids can be rough on the buttons. You want to make sure that doesn't fall through the little hole. I'm just gonna let that dry for a sec. Usually I'm gonna take this off. Okay. This, and now you can start lining it up. Hands are sweating. There you go. And what I like to do is, because this side is kind of a pita sometimes. There we go. Left it right about there. And squeeze it this way. There we go. Make sure that that's lined up. Okay, perfect. You guys can see. We're gonna line this up properly right there. Okay. And we're gonna click on the screen. And don't press it too hard. If it's not clicking, it means it's not lined up properly. Okay, have it on. Home button works. Now what I want to do is find my assistive touch. There we go. Get my little bowl on. What I do is I test with this. It's easier without the gloves on. And there we go. That's how I test it. Make sure that all that section is good to go. And I'll lock it up. My next step is going to clean the screen and remove all this, put the screws back that belong here, clean the screen and seal it up. I'll show you guys the end result. Alrighty, so here we have our final product that is fully sealed, touch fully functional, sealed from all ends. I'm just gonna clamp it down, clean the frame a bit, and call the customer for pickup. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some screenshots of all the items that we use for this particular repair, along with pricing and a breakdown of how much we charge as a repair shop, how much would it cost you to DIY it. So thank you so much for staying put in this video. Just watch for the images below, and if you have any questions, drop it in the comments or send me a DM. Thanks guys, happy Thanksgiving.